role,
How
Mr.
dare you?
Liam McEnany. So you go on the show with Ray. This was a couple of Saturdays ago. And
Saturdays ago, yes.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm jumping around, and I apologize. It's been a while since I've done this. On this past Friday show, you talked about striking Ray's channel. That's what the fuck
pussy
I'm trying to say. You kind of, and that's a big no-no in the hackverse, shitverse, dabbleverse. All these people have extensive criminal records. Maybe not as bad as ESO's going to have, but
what do we do to make that transformative?
I said pussy really loud. It's fine. So far, all this is just Carlos.
It's interesting when you suck like I do. Really trying to get this stream going for you folks tonight, but I'm as inept as Stuttering John. But he's had 30 years to learn this, and I've only been doing it for a short period of time. So let's try. Let's see if this works.
Warming up to Liam, motherfucker. Warming up to Liam, and then Liam is like kind of showing him that like that he is like he likes the anger spiral. He was talking about the anger spiral, right? So that what I think he's going to say next is like, oh yeah, that's basically, this is why I think this whole Ray bullshit thing is a work. I don't think he struck his. Did he actually strike his channel? Did Ray get the notice that he struck his channel?
He did not strike his channel, but he did have a video taken down, according to him.
Did Ray confirm that?
No.
Okay, well, let's get Ray to confirm that.
Ray's streaming at 11:15, so we have half an hour.
Ray probably wouldn't even realize that one of his channels was taken, one of his videos was taken down. I mean, I'm assuming they'd send you an email. So
I know, but you have to actually read the email, right?
Sure, but also I'm sure that he's got so much spam in his email for fucking sexy singles. Anyway, I'm sure Liam is. I call bullshit on this. I think Liam is. I don't want to call it a work because they don't do works at MLC, but it's pretty darn close.
Well, apparently they do, but I don't think this is a work.
Okay.
For a guy that everybody says has no talent, can't do anything, Ray sure does attract a lot of attention, right? And these guys get really caught up in what Ray says. So let's go.
Yeah, look. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Ray can't take criticism, and he's not excellent at throwing it back. Ray just wants to have a good time with the fun, silly goose comics, and that's fine. You got to find those people and stick with them. They're usually considered alt comics nowadays, but you know, find your little progressive group if you need to, and you'll have your safe space, right? I mean, you're literally dealing with comics. I went to a party. My buddy Chris Neff, who has done shows with Melton and Earl Skakel and Sam Tripoli and Ari Shafir and Jason Rouse, and went on tour with us. I was at his birthday party on Saturday. It was all comics. It was the nastiest, dirtiest, meanest shit you could possibly imagine, and nobody knows anybody. But as soon as it was like, "Oh, you're a comic," oh, and you know, shit on your chest. Your mother's a whore.
This can't be interesting watching me do this, but what the hell? I'm gonna give it a shot. Ineptitude has never stopped me. Let's see if I got this one right.
Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way before I go into my reasoning for what I did. So go ahead. I give everybody opportunity to, ask away. But I want you to, before you ask the question, put yourself in my shoes. If you weren't near Florida and you've never been in a situation of a hurricane, make sure the question pertains to you can put yourself here and your family here. All right. Let me hear that first. Put yourself in fucking Florida, first of all, okay? With your family, and tell me, weigh out all the options.
What difference
Right.
would that make?
But if you can't do that, then you don't need to ask a question. Because I'll explain to you. Yes. There he is. That's right, Bob. I'm here. Bob, if I have to go out and fucking steal your new heart, I guess I have to. I didn't know how fucking light-skinned you were, how fucking thin-skinned you were about, me breaking your heart. So I'll go.
Joey really doesn't understand that this isn't the problem, right? The fact that Florida gets inundated, the fact that people stay during hurricanes, the fact that people make all sorts of choices, nothing to do with this. The entire brouhaha was created because he said he was going out of town and he was trying to raise money to go out of town. And even his lovely bride, from what I understand, was raising money as well. So it's the grift, man. It's the grift.
I'll go today and find you a new fucking heart, man. We'll schedule surgery for you, all right? That's all I can do. Okay? I can only apologize to you guys from the bottom of my heart, Bob, and but here, so we got any questions? No questions, so let's get to the guts of this. First of all, I've been here 24 motherfucking years in Florida. And for 24 fucking years, I've heard every year there's gonna be a direct hit in Tampa, Florida. It never happens. Never happens. So that's one thing that was in the favor of, making that decision. Number two, there were major floods and still major floods. I just got my electricity back on 2 hours ago, no internet. So I'm streaming out my phone using my data. That's number two. By the grace of God, we got a notice saying that we weren't gonna get lights to. It was Hillsborough and Pinellas County were gonna be next Thursday. Monday was gonna be Pasco. Tuesday was gonna be another county, and then Wednesday was gonna be Lakeland area, and then Thursday was gonna be Pinellas, and then all of a sudden an hour after that, notice. And Mike had just texted me something, and I texted him and say no.
Unbelievable. I really, really want to like Joey. And I just don't get it. Oh, look at that.
Hello.
I've got somebody here is going to help me.
Joey. Oh, Joey. I kind of
Joey.
like Joey too, but it's the domestic violence and the stealing and the piece of shit and the lying and the grifting. It just makes it really difficult for me.
Yeah, I don't want to make him any worse than he is. I don't know. I don't think there's been any allegations of domestic violence. So I don't want to pin that on him.
Well, we'll just have to get to Turbs McGurk.
I mean, he was a victim of domestic violence. What he did to create it, if he did, I don't know, but there's enough stuff on him. I don't need to add.
Yeah, we can stick to lying and grifting. That's fine.
Cool. How about you turning up your mic a bit?
All right. Let's do that then. How's that sound? Is it a little bit better?
Yeah, a little bit better.
All right. Last time I had it, I think it was too high, and it was
way too hot.
All right.
And you also like to keep interrupting me, which was a lot of fun as well. By the way, people did like our stream, shockingly enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Tonight, not so much. We've only got about 40 minutes, so we'll rock and roll through this one. But I think I have a better stream to follow along. I want to bring our friend Cupcake is sort of the Joey C expert,
All right.
and he couldn't be here with us tonight, so we might postpone some of the Joey C stuff. But I just want to go through this like a little bit.
Sure.
Still no lights, and then about an hour after that it came back on. So that we're blessed there. We're throwing everything out from in the pantry and the refrigerators, everything that's all the meats that we had, everything's gone. So it's that's all spoiled. So why do they call me Howard the Duck? I don't know. Why do they call you Howard the Duck? Okay, I don't know. Why did they call you that? There's another coward in the chat room who ain't a man. Gotta bounce on women because he's a weak piece of shit. People that bounce on women is a weak piece of shit. You know, fuck what they say. So now let's get to the guts of this. So that's one thing of my favorite. Number two, they flooded, major floods. They're flooding right now. Hillsborough River is one of the main ones that are rising. Some areas already in Pasco County, they did a evacuating everybody from US 19 to the water and out to as far as not quite as far out past the veterans, but anything west of the veterans. And they're majorly getting them out of there because it's rising. Anything with lakes, ponds, which we have a ton of in Florida.
Deflection. Deflection. One of the things he does, and he does it often, is he'll grab a small fact and then interject that fact into what's going on. And the reality is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether this place flooded or didn't flood or whatever. He raised money from people saying, I'm going to leave and I need to evacuate.
Mhm.
People gave him money. Apparently his wife was on the day before asking the same question, right?
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't matter that he got $300 from only two people and those two people aren't upset. What really gets my goat is that the night of the hurricane, he streamed claiming that he had evacuated and he was lying to people.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff it's
Moved.
just crap because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's fake. It's a
The
mockery.
entirety of it is fake, but let's go. I want to run a little bit more on this. Hold on.
Is rising. Number two, I'm 25 feet above the motherfucking ground. Okay. And number three, yes, they say if you start getting flooded in your apartment or your house, go to the roof, the safest place for you.
Oh, pause
Okay.
it 1 second.
Yeah.
Did you hear? So, is this the thing where you're supposed to remove doors inside?
Yeah,
of the
you
house?
can float on a door like Doris in Titanic or whatever her
Is
name
that,
was.
so was he expecting? So he was taking doors off of his hinges because he thought he could float on them. But I've heard that too. It's if the door's solid wood, if it's cardboard, like those the hollow doors, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna work as well. But the solid wood doors, apparently, they'll float. But he was saying that apparently he was taking off interior doors also, so that the house so that they don't get trapped inside the house. I've never heard of that. I've only heard, and I'm just a silly city boy, but I've only heard that you're supposed to remove like the exterior doors and you're supposed to leave interior doors intact so that you can stop sections of the house from flooding.
And how many interior doors are there to a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment? Exterior doors, I mean. And, if Florida's anything like New York, they're going to be steel. They're not going to be wood.
Well, I don't know.
Even if they're wood, hey, all right, let's assume that they are wood. You got one exterior door that you could take, but it's all about fluid displacement. This guy's not light, and maybe they could hang on the side. But have you ever tried even a raft in the water? Have you ever tried to crawl on top of it?
Especially with all that debris.
Right. You got all that stuff coming down. Also, too, I do like how where he lives keeps getting higher and higher. I think it was about 20 feet at one point,
Yeah, 18 feet.
then
to
25, and now it's
20.
45 feet. Right.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is that those buildings that are floating down the street, it's not about how tall they were. It's about the water dislodging the foundation. Right?
Yeah, we saw a house float away. Yeah, it's like that. It's there's that joke. What? You want to borrow $20? What do you need $15 for? I can't let you borrow $10. Sorry.
So it goes on with him. Hold on.
Until someone gets to you. And also, one of the first responders in my chat room the other day said, if you think you're going to die and if it floods there, I think you're safe there. After talking with him is why I made the final decision to stay. Okay? Yes. Bob Levy, Shuli Egard, Mike Morris, Zenhauser, Joe, and Don, I think the world of. Like family. Like they were my blood. Okay? So when Shuli put me on a spot,
I'll bet they don't feel the same way.
that he was never going to talk to me again. I was never going to be allowed, and I'm being pressured. And my wife is like, I've been, she's been through more hurricanes than I have because she's lived here a lot longer. But she's like, what do you think is best? I said, but then that point she wanted to, she said, maybe we should go. And I said, honey, let's weigh out the options here. For one, it was already way too late to leave. Number one was that night that they told me I had technically the next morning. And still was kind of too late because they were already doing roadblocks. They were already bouncing people. They shut the bridges down. You couldn't get access before bridges were done. You couldn't get across. The police were driving around
Pause it for a
when
second.
when the lights went off, and you couldn't even.
I believe him. Now, what he should have done, instead of go back to his house and lie and fake being there, or fake being somewhere else, he should have been like, hey, thanks for the money, guys. I understand if you guys want the money back, they won't. But we couldn't even leave. We were too late. Luckily, we're just going to hunker down here, and it doesn't look like it's going to get too bad. End of story. None of this is an issue. Now, does he want it to be an issue? Maybe. Maybe he wants this. Maybe this is something that he thinks is going to create juice for him because the only reason anybody talks about Joey C is to make fun of him. And I think, like Stuttering John, sort of, he's starting to become a little self-aware. And he's starting to feel like, all right, they don't like nice Joey C. They like piece of shit Joey C. So how can I be a piece of shit? Well, just keep being Joey C. It's very simple.
Yeah,
By the way, if
I would
anybody
like
wants
to think that that's true, but I don't think he has the level of self-awareness that you think he does.
Yeah, by the way, if anybody ever wants to contribute to the Joey C subreddit, I am the owner and operator and moderator of reddit.com/r/Joey C. So go ahead and put your stuff up there and maybe.
I had no
Program
idea
here.
there was even a Joey C subreddit.
There's no content on there. I created Joey C, I created Rob Saul, and also created Pickles Cage.
Wow. Is Rob still around?
I don't know, but he and I have a truce.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to say anything bad about him?
No, you can say whatever. I mean, I even say bad shit about him, but I don't go after him anymore.
All right. Truces are always good.
We have a ceasefire treaty because he just, you know what it is, basically? I've driven him off Twitter so many times that I just felt bad for the boy. So I decided, you just do you, dude. I don't even want
Yeah,
to
he's
get into
very
it
not
anymore.
much. Definitely not the comeback king, right?
No,
All he
he's
knows how to
I'm
do-
rubber, you're glue. You
Yeah,
say a joke to him, he says the same exact joke back to you. He's
Right.
not like Chad in that way.
Wow. Speaking of Chad, hold on.
Tread anywhere. So, number two, I didn't have a vehicle. My vehicle is running on one fucking cylinder. I would have got probably about 8 miles. I could drive from here across to the store, and the motor's like this, right? So that's number one. Number two, I have no fucking cash except for the 2 donations I got.
My
Yeah.
motor's like this. What does that mean? My motor's like this.
Right. And then
Vertical?
I was listening to somebody else who he You know, one of the other things that Joey claims, because he's such a good guy, is that he went and picked somebody up who didn't have power and brought him back to his house, and the person stayed over.
Jason Bardo.
Yes, well, you know, it's fine.
Well, he
Everybody
mentioned-
knows it.
He
But
mentioned
the
it,
deal
man.
is, this guy who apparently lives down there says Jason lives half an hour, 40 minutes from Joey C.
Okay.
So this car that can't go a mile can go
Go-
double the trip, right?
Can go 40 miles?
40 to 80 minutes,
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
right? And then when I get too in depth in this, but listening to Joey talk about coming back in his parking lot with Jason, it really sounds like he ran out of gas. Not, you know,
I
we had
didn't
to
think about that.
because he mentions gas stations. He mentions gas stations along the way. So I did a list just
Let me
for
see if I can.
just to be funny, which I'm not, but it's still a list. I have about, in this stream alone, he's got about 26, 7 reasons why he didn't evacuate and why it's
Right.
not a problem. Not
Yeah.
once in the entire thing does he say, like you said, hey, evacuation doesn't make sense. We're going to stay.
Yeah.
We would never have known this had he not been caught.
I know.
Right? And
I
he's
know.
pissed off at Rocco, or Tukey, not for any other reason than that Rocco caught him.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is if Rocco hadn't caught him, somebody else would have. I watched his camera stream and I was like, in my head, I was like, this guy never left. Because why wouldn't he turn on the light, even for a second, right? To let people see where he was. And then he comes up with the elaborate story of, we're now on the first floor and we should have moved. And he's yelling at his wife. It's just insanity.
I need a lighter.
Right. That's the best. Those, the clippers that catch that stuff and then make it into a drop. That's like the funniest shit in the world. All right. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go forward.
got, which thank God saved us to eat and a couple other things that we had to do, to fucking survive. Okay, so thank God.
Okay. Were you not going to need to eat anyway?
I know, it's so wild.
Right?
It's so wild.
Like if you hadn't gotten this money, you wouldn't have eaten for 3 days anyway. Right. And then which we'll have in, I guess, a few minutes, where he says, they had to throw out all the food. Right? When you know that this shit is coming, don't you cook everything? Like, don't you prepare and cook and get stuff together and try to keep it cool? So I'm not buying any of it.
For those, so at the last minute, I just kept, for the whole time I knew, I'm like, it's not going to be a direct hit. It's going to derail. You guys understand? Those fucking simulator things that they put up, the fucking the spaghetti noodle things, those are just guesses. Those ain't what they're telling you. Oh, well,
Smarter than a weatherman on my list.
worst case, if it hits Pinellas County, it's going to be different. If it hits Hillsborough, they don't know what they're fucking talking about. They're at the same guessing. They put up 6 fucking things up, and they tell you one of them are going to hit. The original plan was it was supposed to get a direct hit through Sarasota Bradenton. That was the original plan, which is where it went.
One of the things you learn in life is they may not know everything, but they know a lot more than you.
Okay, being here and throughout the day, and the government hyped it up. The government hypes it up. Oh, get out of here! Fuck DeSantis. He doesn't know what the fuck. His ass was on a fucking plane out of Florida. I guarantee you. He didn't give a
Ron DeSantis, another reason on my list.
fuck about anybody here. Okay, he's fucking just saving face. Write your social security number down on your arm and your name in case they find you dead. Okay, motherfucker, we'll do that. Right?
No, Ron
Yes.
DeSantis was there streaming. Did a press conference literally every single day that the hurricane was that had touched down in Florida, in a city in Florida. So
Right. And it wasn't Ron DeSantis that said, right on your arm. It was a sheriff in some town.
yeah,
And it's from
Sarasota
an
or
old
something.
hurricane. And the guy's pissed off because these morons stay. And then after the storm is over, they got to go rescue them.
Yeah, takes more resources away from actually helping people.
Right. People that need it.
Yeah, well, people that were injured, not people that are stranded. It's so much. You need resources to go towards people that are injured, and not waste when they're asking you for an evacuation. Like, we had to evacuate our house one time because of a fire. Everything was fine. We got a couple bags. Then we took anything that was super important, stuck it in the car, drove down to City Hall, stayed there for about 8 hours, and came back.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No,
Nobody stayed there.
Right. But the other thing too is it's some confusion. It's not only about taking care of these morons that stay and get trapped or get hurt and injured or injured people. A lot of this is they want to clear things up, get things back to normal. But you can't have the fire department pumping out the basement of a hospital if they've got to go to Joey C's house and get him and his wife out of the apartment.
Yeah.
Yes, I told a fucking white fucking lie
Not a
to
white
just save face so my friends didn't worry about me. Okay? At the end of the day, they weren't here. They didn't know the facts 100%. They're only going what they're being reported. And the news hyped up everything. Okay? Now, in some areas, it was very bad, devastating.
I did not have
Then why'd you
on
ask for
here
the money,
that
Joey?
it was his friend's fault.
Why did you ask for the money then, Joey? Look, again, this anger against Tukey and Rocco, I keep saying Tukey and Rocco. This anger against Rocco is misplaced also because I feel like Joey is upset that he's not in the in crowd. I feel like he wants to be friends with Shuli and Carl and Rocco and these people, and he's in the circle, but he's basically their new Lenny, from Miserable Men.
Right.
Essentially. I feel like the only reason Shuli wants Joey C part of the crew is because Lenny can't do the show anymore, really. And they're like, oh, let's bring in Joey C to be the new Lenny, essentially, and then we can just shit on him and just make him upset, and he'll be the new lolcow.
Right. Well, I mean, he is the new lolcow. Look, Shuli was very good and very successful at being a whack pack wrangler, right? Yeah. He knew how to. He knew how to treat them. He knew how to keep them on the hook. And if you listen to the show the other night where they had Joey C on, and they're reading chats, whether they were real or fake, I don't know. But it was hilarious.
Yeah, and okay, so he sends Joey $100 so he can get his bags to Hackamania. All right, he sends him a few bucks here and there. Shuli does. All right, Rocco sends him a couple bucks, but that's because they know that they can go on their show the next day, shit on him, the audience will laugh and send them $300 or $400 just shitting on Joey C. And then Joey C sees that, and he thinks that that's deserved to him, and he thinks, well, I can do that. Well, then he goes live, and then that doesn't happen. So what does he start doing? He starts soliciting action. And then what's the best way to solicit? Oh, I'm in an emergency. Oh, my car's broken down. Oh, I need to get to Hackamania. Oh, I need to get to DabbleCon.
The problems that everybody else lives with on a daily basis.
I know. It's so true.
Right? And I just want to say I don't think that Tukey, Cardiff, those guys, even maybe Carl, they don't do this for super chats, right? And you may disagree, but when it comes to Joey, I think Tukey genuinely likes him, genuinely thinks he's a talent, and I think he's tried to help him get it together and not try to take a commission off that help. Tukey's no Vince the lawyer where he's looking to make money off of other people's act. You're allowed to have a
little bit. I don't think Rocco would be doing this show if he wasn't for super chats. and I don't think that I think he generally doesn't respect Joey. I think that he thinks Joey's a nice guy and he's funny. But if you saw the way that, if you saw what I saw, the way that they treated him at the WATP meet and greet, you might agree with me. Actually, let me see if I can send you this video. I gotta send it to my phone, but I gotta send it to my computer. But I do have a video of Joey C and Kinky Loco talking to each other at the WATP event. It's a very quick clip, but I'll see if I can.
I think Joey and I don't know if Joey and Kinky are together or apart. You know, like are they fighting or not fighting? I don't remember. But I've seen Joey at Hackamania and at DabbleCon 2, right? And they treated him well. I think you might be right, but it also might be, you know, in person. I'm going to believe that Rocco thinks that Joey could actually make a living doing something on YouTube, something streaming, whether it's in real life or whatever. And he's not looking for anything out of it. That's my feel.
I mean, we should go back and I'll see if I can talk to Dabble Story and like pull some of the old Joey's radio clips. Have you ever heard him? I mean, back in the day, he used to rent out a radio space and some radio time, and then he tried to like basically turn it into some kind of like subscription service almost.
Oh,
But
really?
It's god awful. It's some of the worst stuff ever. And don't forget, the only reason Joey C became famous is because he was literally 25, he basically paid to be on Stuttering John's stream. So the guy is pay to play, and he's not talented.
Was it that I thought it was? Well, that's true, but isn't it that Shuley knew him from being a caller to the Howard Stern show? And
possible.
He was doing a Batman routine and whatnot, and we were first introduced to Joey on the Shuley network.
Oh, I don't know. My first interaction with Joey was through Stuttering John show.
Right. I think that's post.
And
I
DG.
think that.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, DG. I remember him. Best looking face on YouTube.
I mean, it's basically be the sorcerer in a couple months. Nobody's gonna remember him either. And then somebody's gonna send a video of her on top of his car because he didn't pay a bill or something.
The sorcerer's got longevity, and I will tell you.
All right, Mr. Kill Everything then.
But I think the sorcerer holds 3 or 4 patents. He's a dude, man.
Fucking patting this dick on your balls.
I like him.
Makes sense.
I like him. But when you Google his shit, you know, like he'll say something, he'll make a comment about some bodily mechanism, and when you look it up, he's 100%. He's right. It's not like you can't make that shit up. He's no fraud. Okay. He's no crisis actor, that's for sure.
No, I didn't say he was a fraud. I just think that he'll go the way of DG in the sense that nobody cares and nobody will remember him.
Yeah, I think he's going to go on to bigger and better things. He'll replace like Dr. Drew or somebody.
Send him to the La Quinta. No, to Sam Quentin Rock. I don't remember the quote from Django, but whatever. You turn big rocks. Django, from there, you'll turn big rocks into little rocks. And then one day they'll take that, whatever.
That's a lie. When you're in basic training in the military, and they talk about stuff, they always talk like, they'll be sending you to a place to make big rocks into little rocks.
Little rocks. And then one day they'll take that hammer. Will be the end of Django.
Yeah. All right.
Like every hurricane, you feel bad and you want to help every many people you can. I wish I could reach out to the people that lost their homes, the people that got drowned out, the people that lost everything. I wish.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
This is just
The people who lost everything. I mean, look at me. I spent $300 and I lost everything.
But these guys that always, the guys that say this shit never do it. You know, and this guy about being the most loyal friend in the world. Well, if you were loyal, would you take $250 from me and not spend it on what you said you were going to spend it on?
Wish I could be there to help them, okay? Because it's terrible. Every year we got to be in fear of this shit. But Tampa hasn't been hit in 100 years. They built buildings now. Everything is different here. So a direct hit here would be devastating. It could have rose 15 feet, but now the rivers are riding. They're talking 20 foot. Not in my area though. Hillsborough River is about 4 miles from me. It's not going to make it down here for 20 feet. Okay, we got about this much in the parking lot. You guys saw out the window it was flooded. About this much, about halfway up my tires. Okay, my apartment was leaking. The hallway started coming in the hallway. We were prepared to go out the window. The first responder said, "If."
I can't.
Yes,
I'm just
really not. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm just done.
Don't send money to him, people.
I'm just gonna say, I know. Look, send money to him. I don't really care. I don't want to hurt his pocketbook. I sent him a DM during the storm, telling him to take care, to make sure, to do everything they could, and take care of Mrs. C. And I saw his thing, and I was suckered in like a lot of people. I saw his stream during the storm, and I can imagine how rough this guy's life is on a daily basis. And I was just like, man, I feel bad for this guy. Because even if he's gone, he did the evacuation thing. What's he going to go back to? All that stuff. And I was disappointed in him. And the other thing too is he's 59, I guess. I'm not going to change. Well, because you don't want to, right? And this is the way you're going to live. And everybody I'm sure that his reputation goes well past outside, YouTube and the Dabbleverse. I'm sure everybody knows, who he is and what he is.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that David Spade is the same age as Joey C.
Yeah, well, we're all, that's the one thing you can't do anything about, man, is age.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to live it while you got it. And, one of my favorite lines is that youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
So
Older
let me,
and wiser.
I want to pop off Jumpin' Joey. I have a mix of feeling bad for him, but I don't have the energy to go after him. But our other friend was on today, and I didn't stream it, but I want to show.
Talking about Ray.
No. Sorry, hold on.
Did you see the My Lost Interest clip with Melton?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's a good one. I think there's a work in the making.
I would not disagree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as I said in a tweet, Patrick has been counted out many times, and he's this and he's that, and he doesn't go away. And he keeps building, and contrary to a lot of these guys, very smart guy.
Now there's some well, we can get to another time.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, apparently Melton and Tukey and maybe some other people got on a Zoom about something, and that Melton got super drunk and was angry about something and destroyed his background that he had to later put back up and stuff like that. And that apparently Tuki's got the video. And I don't know, he's going to reveal that Melton's dying from cancer or something like amazing that we're all going to be waiting with bated breath for.
Yeah, so Melton actually went the last, I don't know, one of the last streams he did. That's what he. Sorry, I was looking at the videos for Doom to see if I could find it real quick.
It's on MLI. My Lost Interest.
Oh, My Lost Interest, which is why I can't find it on Doom. No, one of the last stream he did, he talked about they were celebrating over the internet, and he was celebrating, and Tuki was on it, and he had a bottle of very, very expensive, some kind of whiskey, scotch, or something like that. Huh?
Tequila,
and he drank the entire bottle, and then things happen, and there may be a video.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, all the usual stuff. But Melton
I'm a
is
skeptic.
No, I agree with. I mean, look,
I also
is
don't
it a
care.
work? Is it a work? I don't know, but
Sounds like you know.
I don't know anything.
All right.
Is this the Tuki cannot? What are we? Which one am I looking
Yes,
for now?
Tuki cannot confirm nor deny something.
Okay. As opposed to, because right below it is Stutjo calls Dave Sauer at home.
Really? That's a long time ago.
Yeah, 5 months ago. Claims it
That's
was not
funny.
a threat.
That's funny. That was when I was on MLC. Ah, the good old days. Maybe I can climb over you to get back onto MLC, Shmuley.
Yeah, you can get. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be invited on that.
I think KB kind of likes you though. I think you can.
He just
get
likes
on.
my name.
Shmuel Buckman. He just likes that you super chat once.
Well, it's like these. Yeah. Well, I don't really do.
Not to him really anymore, but
I don't think I would imagine my super chat numbers are very, very low. I have preferred to. I like to get the Patreon or the membership.
Yep.
Or Venmo or PayPal, because it kills me that 30 or 40% of the money I give goes to them.
yeah,
And that's
wild.
but that's also the stupidity of like Stuttering John, right? So he's got, say, the legend, chat me $50. Why would you do that? Have him send it through PayPal or Venmo, right?
Yeah, because it gets
Unless you're trying to get people to see it.
Yeah, it gets the super chats flowing. The hype train, as they call it in the Twitch world. Let's get that hype train going.
I mean, it definitely gets money, but I do laugh about. I'm thinking like when I see like the legend sending $50, I think that another 36 people that would have sent 5 are like, legend took care of it. I don't have to do anything.
That is a great point. That's a great point. Mark my words, within a year or two, YouTube will implement something very similar to what like Twitch does with bits. So like you can buy bits, but you also earn bits by watching a lot of stuff. So if you're constantly sitting on YouTube and watching, they're going to eventually reward you some way with that, and then bits are going to be worth, 1 bit will be worth a penny or something, and you'll get 3 bits an hour for watching YouTube videos. And so people for sure will start using that. But also, I don't know if you know this, I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android, but if you have an Android, there's something like the App Store is called Google Play.
Right.
If you download enough things and download enough games and play enough games and get enough achievements through Google Play, it'll earn you points that can also be used and redeemed on YouTube. So if somebody, I think the minimum is $10. So if you get 1,000 points or whatever, you can redeem, or 10,000 points. I don't remember how much it was. You can redeem it for like a $10 super chat or something.
So it's what do you call it? It's interesting you say that because Google right now, a judge in California ordered Google to allow other people to have app stores on their phones.
Yeah, that's
and
Samsung Galaxy. I think, or I don't know if they actually went through with the lawsuit, if they settled or whatever. But there was a huge issue with Samsung Galaxy.
right,
And then,
but this
and then
this is other
stuff.
ones. This is other stores
Yeah,
because Google has been keeping people out,
yeah. This is the
and charging
monopoly.
right and charging a lot of money if you want to sell your product, and there is no alternative. Something
Well,
similar is happening with at the Apple stores, but that's mostly the Apple App Store, and that's mostly going on in Europe. And
yeah,
I want to say Chairman Meow is our only viewer and chatter, and he put 100% agree it's some kind of work. He followed NLO on and off since 2010.
maybe.
Never count Milton out. Oh, I've carried, and he probably got married in Paris and now she's pregnant, and it was 18-year-old Scotch.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, it was 18-year-old Scotch. I thought it was tequila. Also, you could put the chats up by clicking on them in the thing too.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just
I
letting you
can.
know.
Yeah. Thank you. No, we're this is a learning experience. Hopefully, too many people don't watch this at all. All right.
You think he got? Wait a minute. So, okay, I'm just kind of confused about this whole marriage thing too. Like, so he wasn't married before, or that girl in the video of the stand-up bit where he married the girl afterwards. It's not real. That's not really like his wife. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the reality for me, I don't
Maybe
really.
Chairman Meow knows.
Like I said, I know these guys. I know some of them, right? I mean, I've gone to dinner with Patrick. I don't ask those questions because I don't want to know.
Sure.
You know? And I just, for a guy like him, I just feel like it was after the Stuttering John went going to his house
Yeah.
thing. And I don't want to know because if you tell me and then it gets to someplace else, I don't want to be responsible for some lunatic, you know?
Yeah. I don't
so-
know. I mean,
I don't know. The only thing I've seen is he does have there's a YouTube posting where he proposes to someone.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, whether they
right
got
after the
married
stand-up
or
bit.
not, who knows,
Mm-hmm. She's a very small little lady too. Seems like.
Yeah, very attractive,
Yeah, she seems attractive.
And the
Looks
dude,
like a nerd, just like Melton.
he's an interesting he's an interesting guy. I like intelligent people. I like to talk to him. And
He's a Gen Z millennial, Gen X millennial.
but it's interesting to see because he's the one guy on here that I think understands that this YouTube stuff may not last, right? Like it doesn't appear to me, I don't have any inside info, but it doesn't appear to me that he believes that he's a guy that's going to have 500,000 subscribers and that's where he's going to make those money. So he's building the super tip system.
Yeah, so
He's also
right.
He's licensed shows that he gets, a royalty fee on every time they do
Yeah,
it.
so he can steal
And,
their fan base also.
To quote your
Just joking.
buddy Adam Carolla,
Yeah.
the trick is you want to be making money when you're not working, and you want to put a lot of hoses in the bucket, having each one of them drip in.
Passive income.
Right, and that's that's the way that works. I really think that's true. All right, so let's watch this.
All this stuff was off the wall.
You were an animal.
Again, I think Rocco recorded this.
Cannot confirm nor deny till I talk to my peoples.
I'm embarrassed that I wasted that much premium whiskey.
That is crazy. But yes, stay tuned. Patreon.com/Bedabbler Network.
I vomited twice for the first time in this house since I've lived here.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I was in pain all day Sunday.
Back pain.
And apparently said, a lot of things I probably shouldn't have said.
Oh no.
But at the end of the day, again, it was just a sweet gesture by some of the friends I've made through this program. And it really fucked me up. My throat hurt from throwing up so much.
That's fantastic.
Bitch.
All right. So I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. I don't remember why. Oh, I think he's talking about me. So of course we have to play this part.
It was just a bad round of decisions altogether. And again, I'm really hoping Rocco, I just remember kept mentioning recording it.
This probably has Steel Toe getting a chubby, right? I'm gonna get him. I'm finally gonna get him.
Now, I don't doubt that we will see a video of Melton being drunk. I just doubt that it'll be for what they say that it's going to be for. But maybe he's having a child. Maybe he's getting married. Maybe.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be mad about that, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I guess he just got drunk. Maybe he wasn't mad. He was just. I mean, he said happy. He said he just got drunk and just.
Well, the party was this internet party, this internet gathering,
which is gay,
was a happy thing and good.
Sure.
Right? But, maybe he had some cocktails and he got angry.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Doesn't sound like Melton.
Yeah, I'm suspecting if there's a work here, and you've been following, so you follow Melton's show and his tweets and stuff like that. He's been saying a lot of stuff about Steel Toe. Please stop saying that I'm a child guy. Please stop saying this. You're making these things up. It's hurtful. It's wrong. That's where I think this is going to go.
Okay.
Like his outrage, this angry stream that he has is going to be a bunch of stuff that he knows about Steel Toe that he doesn't say. That he's only, how he does the magical hinting thing. He's very good at, something in the shadows that he'll show.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe this will put light on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen those tweets. I do follow him on Twitter, but that doesn't sound like Melton. Like, please don't say these things are hurtful. Yeah, that sounds
right.
Like he's baiting. Like, it seems like he doesn't give a fuck that he's calling him a pedo.
Right, because the other stream that's up that I'm not going to pull is Aaron is convinced that the entire internet is turned against Melton, and everybody's coming for him now.
Yeah, well, I think that everybody on the internet started against Melton and turned the other way, unfortunately, already. So I think we're on the other side of that, unfortunately, for Aaron.
Oh, for Aaron, yeah.
But that's just my personal opinion. My name is Aaron Elmhope. I sell paper now.
Chairman Meow. What's this say? There we go. NLO hasn't shut up tweeting today. I haven't been on Twitter much today. They actually wanted me to do things that earned me a living. So go ahead.
And I was like, fuck. This guy could, like, you know, because his channel's dying and stuff.
What?
And like he has no creativity, and like Rocco's really struggling now.
What?
That's
and
true.
Chuki's like, you know, not popular,
Dick.
and people have unmasked him and stuff.
Die. Die.
So everybody's starting to
Well,
see through his
unoriginal is
grift
right.
and what a piece of shit he is.
That's true too.
And you know, it wouldn't surprise me that if he's like started to record me, just to like get a little
Luckily-
clout
Sure.
for the views.
Luckily, there's enough retards and special people in the Dabbleverse that they're gonna love Tukey forever, including Wendy and Jake Hudson and these people. So he'll be.
I'm a
he'll be
huge
famous for-
I'm a huge Tukey fan.
Sure.
I think I think he's great. I think when he was
Mm-hmm.
at Hackamania, hilarious. I like
Mm-hmm.
Rocco a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice people.
and you know, Rocco comes up and he's just a nice. Yeah, look, he's a really nice guy, and I'm enjoying that he's getting his time in the sun. And the Tukey character is great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's really into it. Anyway, I'm gonna close that because
Let's get the Gino, baby.
let's determine that it's a work.
Yeah.
Let's you and
The
I.
lie detector determined that was a lie.
It's it doesn't sound like who we think it is. But the thing with Melton is I do think he's probably one of the most talented on here, and he could turn this into something that would be very funny. So, and I'm shocked at how well he picked out April
Hmm.
on that. I had sent him a text back in early March, and I said, isn't the most obvious thing that she's having an affair? That's what I thought was going on. I thought April was having an affair. And it was a tweet, and he tweeted back and said he hasn't seen any evidence of that. Right. And then the whole Nick, Coke,
Yeah.
all that stuff came flying out. So
Yeah.
I think he was probably more accurate because he saw the drug stuff in her long
Yeah.
before I did. And
By the way, Chairman Meow, yes, I upvoted your quote. Chairman Meow, Dave, I saw your comment on Jimmy Dore. Surprised you're a fan. I am a big fan of Jimmy Dore. Even though he's a dirty socialist, I think that he stands for good. He's an anti-war socialist, and I agree with the anti-war part. So I'm always good to find the good in people. Plus, I'm a huge Kurt Metzger fan. The only person who I can listen to interrupt himself. So I love Kurt Metzger. I think he's a hilarious comic. Kurt Metzger, I'd never seen him do stand up live before until Skankfest 2021, and he was able to turn a stage of 600. Well, the outdoor arena held 600 people or so. He was able to turn 600 people in Texas to kind of say that maybe we owe Saddam Hussein a little bit of an apology, and that was really fun to watch. So great stand up. Yeah, I like the Jimmy Dore show.
the guy who introduced me to Jimmy Dore is a lunatic. It's one of these guys like convinced about the hidden planet behind the moon. What is it, Planet Narubu or something?
Yeah, Narubu. Yeah, that's an Anunnaki thing from the name will come to me, but yeah, I met him once through Tripoli a couple times. Well, I met him once through Tripoli, and seemed like a really nice dude. But at the time, I always hated him when he was on the Young Turks, and then he seemed like he got excommunicado, and then with the COVID and the lockdowns and stuff, he seemed to like kind of turn his back against the Democrats. And I mean, I'm a pretty liberal guy. I just don't trust the government for shit.
Yeah, no, look, I haven't trusted the government for a long time.
Since '82.
And I was always a loyal Democrat. And it's very funny because it's the old Reagan thing. Like, I didn't leave my party left me.
Yep.
And, because I come from the age where you didn't trust the FBI, right? Like, yeah. And we had all this, and you were anti-war and all, and those things. And now it's like, these Democrats are running like Republicans and big pro-war people. I have a feeling that I think it's like Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney. They probably own so much Halliburton stock that any war is a good war for them.
Yeah. Essentially, BlackRock is the new Halliburton. And it's, again, back to the uniparty thing. But also, we're not going to get into politics, but we are talking about Gino, so it is slightly apt. But it's just that they needed businesses to take up, and so that's what the Democrats did. They started sucking up all these businesses, ESG bullshit through the banks, and then you're able to get loans. The more ESG, anyway.
Well, these venture capital funds and these private equity firms, right?
BlackRock, Vanguard.
Nobody is really right. Like, there's a lot of money there, and there's a lot of money to spread around. And so politicians are the people that are benefiting the most, because it doesn't really come up like in a BlackRock. It's private equity, right? So they can do what they want. They don't have to disclose what they're doing, not until after they buy something. And when they buy it, they only have to disclose that money, not the money from before.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, Zachary Sitchin was the name I was looking for Anunnaki and Nirubu. But last thing about that is Halliburton got the contract. I mean, obviously we know it was crooked because Dick Cheney was on the board of Halliburton and became vice president. And then Halliburton got the contract to rebuild Iraq and Afghanistan after it was destroyed. And they're a development company. They're like a multifaceted development company. BlackRock is an investment company. Why did they get the contract to rebuild Ukraine? It's the fucking weirdest thing. It's all bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
I can't wait.
I don't know enough about it.
I can't wait till we find out that space is fake and gay.
Oh God, here we go. And the Earth is flat. And
it's not. I'm not saying it's flat. I'm saying it's probably bigger than what they say it is.
Okay, as if that matters. Oh, you mean there's places we don't know about? Is that what this is about?
Yes. Curvature
Insanity.
calculators.
Well, then Elon Musk.
Elon knows, dude.
Thousands of scientists are in on it. It's just stupid.
They know. Elon knows, dude. Elon told Tony Hinchcliffe, he's like, we can't get to the moon. We can go to Mars, though.
Yeah, I don't want to get into.
Nah, let's go.
I want to avoid politics, but
the breadbasket of the world.
I don't want to argue that, but what I do want to say is that a lot of the climate change stuff, I think, and a lot of the environmental shit, just in general, in the United States, is designed to keep us from, because we have more minerals than probably any country. They want to keep us from mining it out. And these people are perfectly happy with, Bangladeshi kids sorting through garbage to get, old copper from wires, but they would never want their kids to do it. So they can act like they care, but they don't give a shit. Anyway, let's watch a Cope stream.
Let's go.
And
Cope stream? All right, cool.
Yeah, so no more than 15 minutes. This thing's 50 something. We're not going to watch that much of it.
Okay, cool.
if I can start it, that's what we're gonna do. Ah. Why am I hearing Tukey?
Oh, you might have something on in your background somewhere else. Ooh, DMs.
Can you hear it?
I cannot. It's probably just in your background somewhere. One of the videos.
And where would that be coming from?
It could be the last video that we played. Like the last window that you had open, Melton.
I'm actually still hearing it.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I love.
Wow. I feel like Stuttering John being this inept.
Just look through all your tabs.
It's weird. I don't have.
There's probably multiple tabs. Multiple tabs.
Wow. Wow.
Multiple tabs. Oh, hi, I'm Tukey. Oh, I took. Oh, look at me. I can be a puppet too. Boy, this is really hard.
This is.
It's really hard to move your mouth and
This
move
is-
your hand at the same time. And look around.
It's one of those weird things.
Still hearing it, huh?
I have. Yeah, I'm hearing the entire show that we're listening to.
Yeah. Maybe you have the stream up now. I don't know.
Close
Anyway.
Firefox. All right, it's gone.
Yeah, let's go.
I know.
No, you're
No more than another 15 minutes. All right.
You're good, buddy.
I thought that was Tukey. When you said you're good, buddy. All right. Cope or no cope. And I don't like the word F that he uses so much, but here you go.
Hey! Oh, isn't that cute?
Pause it for 1 second.
Fucking adorable. I'm telling you.
Why is my
Just making sure my sound was on. Welcome. It's good to
all
be
of a
here.
sudden my keyboard stopped
wife?
working? Go ahead.
Yes, his sound is on. However, this seasoned broadcaster of many a years and somebody that's been going on and streaming almost every day now by himself still has not figured out to use the Shure mic that is right in front of him. He's clearly using the laptop or the television or the video camera mic, not video television, but the video camera mic that is not set.
Yeah, I think he's using. Yeah, I know in the past he's been using
Gino.
he's used the laptop cam
Yep.
and
Wife is in the shower. How funny is that? And I gotta tell you, I've never. It's good to see everyone. Can you can hear me? What's up, everyone? Well, it's good to be home. It's good to be home. I really had nothing to say today, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little stream with me and as they were called in the RFK Jr. Keanu has party boys from the weekend. This thing fucks you up. But yeah, I there you go. Crimson Ghost, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, it's like a little wedding gift from Crimson Ghost. Thank you so much. Thank you, Flat Cat. Shout out to, this is the thing. Gordon G. Beetlejuice, that's me. Spelled it wrong. Was reported to Cunha studio owner for breaking and entering not what?
did you
What?
did you see the Beetlejuice thing?
I mean, no, I didn't see the Beetlejuice thing.
So if you pull it up real quick, there's a picture of Gino. Probably find it on Twitter. There's a
Okay.
picture of Gino and Keanu at the wedding,
Okay.
and people were calling Gino Beetlejuice.
Oh,
because he
yeah, he did. I saw
he's
that,
got
I
this
saw
like
that.
big suit on and a tiny
yeah,
head.
yeah, and like big buggy eyes. Yeah.
And
Hi, Victoria.
I thought he looked hammered.
Oh, it's his birthday. I mean, it's his wedding. It's fine.
No, yeah, it is, but you got to be. You haven't been
have-
married,
You
so
have to
you
have your wits
you
about
might not
yourself.
know, but it's important to kind of keep your wits
Your
about
wits-
you.
Yeah, sure. I agree.
Do you understand? Like like YouTube is ruining people that used to be funny. Don't get me wrong, I was never funny. It can't ruin me, according to people like Gordon G. But
No one disagrees with that.
do you understand? This is a shitty little side hustle. This is like people that we once knew as funny, people that I used to respect, hang out with, are so bad at stand-up. They're
biggest
so
platinum
bad
film on the
at
world.
comedy. And you could say I'm wrong. You could say
You're
I'm
talking
wrong,
about-
and that's why it's members only. But weigh in, Gordon G. I have
That's
more to
why
say.
it's members
But
only.
This is something a fifth grade girl would say. And then when you're like, well, that's like, oh, got you mad. You didn't get mad. You make me weep for the future. This is what they're like. Oh, did you see? He was, yeah. I go in that building. I went in every day. I went in. Look, I hope I'll give you more fodder. I hung out with a buddy of ours from down the hall. We went in 3 separate rooms. We looked at the space. Trust me, they'd love people to be looking at those spaces.
This is ridiculous. There's not a single person who believed that Gino was going to that any of this was that him going in there was a crime. It was a joke. I think it was started by Garrett and Steve. And there's
Oh, yes. I don't know. Apparently he, has taken a break, but I don't know. I mean, I know that he did do coke for a long time. Dave, do something on camera. But I think that Gino is a little sure, it could be a side hustle, but you're talking about the biggest platform on the world here, Gino, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about. Let me just get this straight for a second. So it's good enough for Joe Rogan, but it's not good enough for you, dude? Okay.
well, Joe Rogan's a broken man, can't you tell?
Yeah, he's a broken man. His life's falling apart. He's
I don't
got a
think-
mulatto daughter, a half mulatto daughter, stepdaughter. How could he?
Yeah, Victoria, we agree, or I agree.
When we were growing up, because we didn't want you to wind up like this
And
when
I
you
like
grew
Gino.
up. If you grew up and said, look, I'm going to marry another dude, we'd be like, good for you. Own it. But if you grew up and said, look, I'm going to just lie about people like a third grader on the internet, we'd be like, I'd rather you married a dude, man. At least I could respect that. Do you understand? By the way, shout out to my boy. Shout out to Bolt Patricia, who just threw us 50 bills. Congrats to the Biscontis, and I love that you have your sexiest picture. Anyone that follows the In Hot Water Football Show, which is back tomorrow,
The Boltmans.
Bobo will not be there. Anyone that follows the In Hot Water Football Show, that is the sexy Bolt Patricia, the sexy Bolt Patricia when she landed one. I can't even think of his name. Oh yeah. Why can't I think of it? I mean, obviously Boltman, but why can't I think of the other guy? I can't think of the other guy. Jesus Christ. At any rate. So yeah, never in my life have I seen such fucking dummies. No shit. Zeno Calhoun, congrats. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, never, like, no shit is right. Thank you, Zeno. Zeno fucking gets it. Never in my life have I seen people just rally around what is just, it's like a virus. It's like a fucking cancer. And you don't seem to get it.
You know what you're gonna get, Gino?
Shut up, you!
Cirrhosis.
You don't seem to get, like, if you took young Chad, who fucking, by the way, I lived with 3 months in a sublet. He's not my best friend. He's not. And why would you say that?
Now, take this, right?
Mhm.
add excessive amounts of alcohol
Mhm.
and other possible substances
Mhm.
and stand on and go to a show in Atlantic City, and that's what you see.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's Dave, Sarah, and voice chat on a Friday night. That's right.
He
Making
was
friends.
he was on stage in AC, hammered,
Mhm.
and this was like his entire rap. Not about it's the same one, you know, whether it's the government or vaccines or whatever, and you're just like,
It's a plug and play
it's the
rant.
thoughts of a drunken man. Who cares?
Can't get
Well,
booked anymore.
yes,
Do it
Chairman
like a
Mao, but
casino.
you have forgotten about the Knights of Columbus and the local volunteer
The
fire hall.
The fire hall. Now it's great when Joe List goes and does the fire hall every year for charity, and he brings 6 of his famous comics to come do the charity for free for a big show. That's nice. That's good. Gino getting paid $60 maybe.
More like 25, but that's right.
This Gino, you're saying this is, look, I like you, Gino, but you're saying this is everybody's side hustle, and this is showing to be your main hustle now. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know what his I don't know what his hustle is.
He's like, well, I know. All right.
Sounds like more of a
All right.
bustle.
But if you don't understand that if you took Chad and sat him down and said, you're going to be doing this in 10 years, he'd be like, no way. No way.
You know, Brennan made a point today. This wasn't available 10 years ago. Right? You couldn't have
close.
predicted it.
Close. It had just started, basically.
Right, but it's not the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
I mean, it's apples and oranges.
No, it's
And
not.
again, why are people like, oh, Gino's going to get, why are people that have felonies? Why are people that have struck women? Why are people that have sent revenge porn? Why are people that have done drugs with guns and children? Why are they coming after us when we're fucking boring? We're just a fucking middle class married couple.
Thou doth protest too much.
Unfortunately, Gino, look, I know you're gonna hate hearing this. The only people keeping you relevant are KB and Chad, unfortunately.
That's all he's got left.
Let that sink in for a second. So this is fine. This is fine. You can do this, Gino, but you got to fire back and you got to play along. Otherwise, when they stop talking about you, you're done.
Right. That's funny. You know, and Gino had a career.
I mean,
Like he had an actual career, and he was popular. Not popular, but he was doing sports shows and stuff like that. And now he's just toxic. Like nobody wants him around.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
Gino, though.
I hear you do, and other people like him as well. Me, not so much. I don't dislike him. I just think he's delusional, and you know, I think he could do better. But I also think he lost his mind with all the vaccine stuff and the COVID stuff, and yeah,
Well-
he thinks his opinion has more value than it does.
To be fair, what that period of time did was give a lot of very bad people a lot of very valuable information. So,
Right, but it's now 5 years later, and he's still on it.
4 years.
Okay, 4 years, and it's still repeating the same thing over and over again.
We're just a couple of middle class married boring people.
Yes, and we don't have kids, and we won't. But if we did, we wouldn't have to one day tell our children that I'm a sex felon.
Oh my God.
Daddy,
Oh my God. And then,
why do people call you Toe?
oh, and then when fucking that piece of shit Nick Rekieta, who I pray every day goes to jail for his own good, goes, well, someone has an OnlyFans. You got cucked. Your wife fucked a guy just so you could fuck his wife. That's real life. And you could be like, yeah, but I was a really good. You're pathetic. You people are fucking pathetic. You don't get it. Oh, I don't know what happened to Gino. Yeah, COVID broke me, people. COVID broke me. Fucking just sitting here, fucking making money to yell about these. Yeah, but they make it good. Make more money because it's your primary focus. Make more money because that's your primary focus. Fucking keep breaking my heart with the dumbest shit. Big shit, Rob, congratulations, guys. Imagine being such a douche. You have to report him to a billionaire who doesn't give a flying fuck. I mean, first of all, no one did. I'm gonna tell you why no. I'm gonna tell you why no one did. Okay, Fish Head Rob, because they be fucking as much as they talk shit on Twitter or Instagram or whatever the fuck, YouTube. I promise you, I'd be amazed. I'd love if any of them had the balls to call a building owner, and I believe the word is.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. So, do you think that he and Keanu sit around drinking, getting more and more loaded, and complaining about everybody that hates them and how unfair it is?
I'll be honest with you. I think that maybe like ourselves, every once in a while, you get a call from me or I get a call from you. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? But most of our arguing and bickering goes on live on the thing. I think for them, it's kind of the same thing too. I'll be honest here. I mean, I always heard about this weird, creepy editor / producer that Keanu had that was like doing her videos and stuff for her and all that stuff.
Producer Robert.
Okay, so he ended up being a creep, right? And like sending stuff like that he wasn't supposed to other people or something about her, well, maybe.
My job is always to maintain an alternate opinion. I don't know. He might have been a creep. Some of the stuff I read sounded more like he was stepping on somebody's husband's toes looking to book people.
Okay, so he was trying to... Okay, I get what you mean. Here's the thing. If my girlfriend were Keanu Thompson, I would be trying to be like her producer. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Annie Wood and like Annie Letterman and her boyfriend / producer have now. Like she's kind of like her
Chrissy
producer.
And Frank, maybe.
Sort of like Chrissy and Frank. Yeah, it's a better example actually. And the fact that Gino either doesn't learn how to do some of this stuff or doesn't care about that stuff and pawns it off to some neckbeard shows some poor judgment, I'd say, to say the least.
Say that again. What?
I think that Gino should basically be Keanu's like producer / like should be helping Keanu with her OnlyFans stuff. It shouldn't be some other random guy, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I don't think she has the OnlyFans anymore. I don't think she's actually had it quite a while.
That's a shame.
And really? I mean, I don't think it was doing anything for her.
Oh, I thought she was making money off of it. I thought that's how they were surviving. I mean, I don't know how else fucking Gino makes
it's
money.
Not what I understand. I understand she hasn't done it in quite a while. I could be wrong. And I didn't think it generated that much money. I don't think it ever really got that much heat.
Okay. Well, that's
I mean, she's no...
I guess that kind of sucks since all of her naked pictures are on the internet now then.
What's the girl, the one who really does it? Karen Fearon? Is that the one?
Karen Fian? Yeah, I think she's loaded.
Right.
She's absolutely loaded. And Karen Fian, she's got a great ass, tiny titties, but her face is so shiny and unattractive. She has such a Jew face that like just takes me out of it.
Okay. I thought she was Irish,
Jews.
but
I have no idea. But she has like a Jewish looking face.
I mean, I always thought she was attractive, but I guess it's the ass that sells on. I saw a podcast. She was talking about it.
She's got a great ass.
I think it's her ass that sells.
Yeah, she's got a great ass. Tiny titties, but her face is just so shiny and ratty looking. Maybe it wasn't Jew I was looking for. I was looking for a rat.
That's probably, yeah, I would think that's your opinion.
It is. Clearly my opinion.
I find her attractive, but then again, I find everybody.
You're
that's
60
under
years
40
old.
Attractive. Yeah, exactly.
What can I say? She's older than me.
Wow. Well,
I still fuck.
some,
I still fuck her for the goof.
yeah, there will be no anti-Semitism here.
I mean, mixing
Um,
up Jews and rats is not anti-Semitism, sir.
Nah, I think that might be. Might be like sort of textbook anti-Semitism. And
And who wrote the textbooks, huh? You think the rats wrote them?
no, we wrote them.
The white
Right.
people? The good old
No,
whites?
The most
Heaths?
successful
You're not
ethnic group on the
Jewish.
planet.
You're not Jewish.
My Jewish friends. All right. 2 more minutes and then we're
Let's
gone.
go, baby.
I believe the word. I'd say the word is snitch, but you would have had to have done something. Yeah, Gino was in the building doing what? He filmed it and said we used to work here. Well, is he going to jail? Well, the door was open. He went in. Yeah, but you got to do this. No one called the building owner. That's what makes Chad even more of a fucking loser. And by the way, if they did, no one called me. But that can't be right, because that would mean that someone like Chad, who stole credit cards from veterans in a gym and always like, oh, it wasn't me. What? You understand what a piece of shit human being you are when you steal people's credit cards and then lie about it? You understand what a piece of shit human being you are when you fucking literally let someone fuck your wife because you think it will get you more views? You understand what a piece of shit human being you are when you lie about someone fucking repeatedly on your stream and just fucking give out their numbers on air? Kevin did that while screaming N-word. You understand? While headbutting people in your building, while your fucking son loses, your daughter loses all fucking respect.
Yes, he's getting stronger. He's getting stronger. I see. So wait, now Gino and Chad are not friends anymore?
No.
They're back to being enemies again?
Yes, they're. Is that frenemies? Is that still a word?
I mean, there was a time there where I was so surprised that Gino was warming up to Chad and was throwing Ray DeVito to the ground. And I couldn't understand that. And I even texted Gino. I asked him, did Chad do KB's jokes in AC? And he texted back, I don't know. But that's because he was shit-faced and blackout, right? So, makes sense.
Yeah, and he went, they were staying at the Borgata. They go back to the Borgata, and I saw Keanu. I just saw her. And then somebody said later on that they had asked her where Gino was, and apparently she had to put him to bed.
Oh, God. God damn. Yes, Chad.
But why he went. You know why he went to Atlantic City, right? Why he did that whole thing?
No.
Because he's got a restraining order, and he prevented somebody else from going to Atlantic City.
Wait. Okay, who's got the? Say that one more time. Who went to Atlantic City? Gino did.
He had a beef with another comedian. I don't want to say his name. Sure. But he had a beef with another comedian. The other comedian was supposed to go to AC. Was thinking about it, etc. And then Gino needed to put this show together.
Oh, that's why Gino started saying the same shit about Hackamania. Like, I'm just gonna come to Hackamania then.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna show up. I got a ticket already.
Yeah, and my favorite, when you get Melton involved, Melton was hilarious. Melton was like, Gino, I know how much the plane tickets cost. You're not coming.
Yeah. You can't afford it.
Exactly.
By the way, Chairman Meow, Maddie Smith is a redhead, the hottest stand-up. I had the pleasure of meeting Maddie Smith at Skankfest. She is very good looking and a very funny comedian. Hottest? I don't know. But she's very good looking and very funny.
I assumed he was saying she's the hottest redhead stand-up.
Ooh, maybe.
I used to be a ginger once myself, but no one ever described me as hot.
Yeah. You could tell by those rosy cheeks of yours.
Yeah, I know. I've got,
cirrhosis.
Yeah, cirrhosis. I have cirrhosis of the face. It's rosacea.
Rosacea.
Yeah, I don't really have it. I have more I have it on my nose, I guess, but who the hell cares? I could adjust the lights, but I don't really want to. All right. I think we should wrap this sucker up because, we have 3 people watching and BYB desperately needs those viewers.
Yes, sir. So go watch BYB. Thanks, Shmuley.
All righty, Dave.
Hit the like button.
We're going to try to do this again on Thursday, I think.
Tomorrow.
The day after today, which is Thursday.
Yes.
I'm so confused. Monday was a holiday.
Mhm.
I've been
Holiday.
going back and forth. I went up to the city yesterday. I'm back down at the shore today. It's
Yeah. I'll let you know about tomorrow. My uncle passed yesterday in the night. from
sorry to hear
cirrhosis.
that.
It's okay. And so it's a little hectic right now. We got people flying in now, so we don't even. We haven't even. So I'll let you know.
I
buddy.
think I can get a cupcake to do it. Worst case
Cupcake?
scenario, or
Sick.
maybe Chairman Meow.
Ooh, Meowskis. Meow meow.
Well, I don't know if Victoria ever does streams.
I don't know, but she is quite funny. And
I
she
think
is
I said
smart.
hello to her at Hackamania.
She was there.
I do not remember. I honestly don't remember what she looks like. I've heard she's very attractive. And the only Victoria story that I really have involves Ray.
Oh,
I was going to give Ray a ride back to the hotel. He asked me, "Would you give me a ride?" I said, "Yeah." He wanted to leave. I said, "All right, I'll drive you back." Then he disappeared. Then he came back out. "Hey man, Victoria's talking to me." And he went back inside, and I never saw him again that night.
No, Victoria, you dog.
So Victoria, you flirt. All right. Kids, have a great night. Thanks for people watching. Like the channel.
Thanks, buddy. I'll see you.